Welcome back to our weekly Facebook live show, Life Buildup, where we discuss your success, fulfillment, and balance. I'm your host, Jawad, once again, here with Hassan.
What's up, guys?
What's going on, bro?
Good.
Good to be back?
Good to be back.
All right, awesome. This week, guys, we're talking about why you must find mentors in your life. And how do you actually go about finding them? If you guys know Ty Lopez, the guy who always used to show up on YouTube and say, here in my garage. You ever saw that guy?
Yeah, I saw him.
So,
Ty Lopez, is that the marketing guy?
Yeah, he's a marketer.
Oh, okay.
So he always has this thing that, you have to find mentors. That's like his branding, that you have to find mentors all the time. So, exciting episode ahead. But Hassan's he's gonna share some gems with us tonight. So I'm just gonna share the show a little bit.
Hey, what's up, guys? So first of all, so glad that you can join us every Monday night, 10 p.m. We're so happy to be part of your life every Monday evening. So today we're talking about mentors, right? So when you think about mentors, you probably think about, Big Brother, Big Sister program, right? Or you're thinking about some of you at workplace, folks have mentors. But mentors are the key to having success in life. So, what exactly is a mentor? So, mentor is someone who can, advise you, who can guide you, and someone who will help you to reach the destination that you want to reach because they already are there. Okay, this is what makes them different from a coach, which I am. I work with people as a coach. I assist them. I work with them to get them to point A to point B. But mentors are slightly different. Mentors are people who are already doing it, right? So they're not necessarily going to help you with your mindset, or if you have some kind of fear that's holding you back. Not necessarily, but they're like a role model almost, that shows you where you exactly want to go. Now, why would you want to have a mentor? Very simple. Because they already done what you want to do. So they know the shortcuts. They know how to get there.
Are there shortcuts in life, bro? You sure about that?
I think it depends what you mean by shortcut, right? So if you're thinking shortcut meaning I'm going to sell drugs and I'm going to, make quick bucks, that's different kind of shortcut.
You get the drug dealer as your mentor?
Oh, yeah. So that's different kind of shortcut. I'm talking about shortcut meaning efficient way of doing it. So
right.
So and we know this, right? I mean, if you were to you wanted to see how it is like to become a medical doctor, right? So you get someone who's already a physician, and they just been through the bachelor's and then MCAT and then medical school.
Somebody already done it.
Someone who's done it.
Yeah.
As simple as that.
Yeah.
Don't reinvent the wheel. That's what it comes down to. If someone already did it, right?
But
don't reinvent it.
What about like people being individuals, like in order to be like individualistic,
right,
and bring your own creativity into the mix,
right,
what are you supposed to do then? Because if you're just like not reinventing the wheel and just doing what the other person did.
No, so it's not about it's a little bit off.
The mic was off.
But I think it should be pretty clear now. So you get them and they assist you and they help you, but of course you find your own route. You make your own creativity. Of course, that doesn't happen naturally.
Yeah.
It's not like you're going to copy them. They went to, this particular law school, you're going to go to that particular law school.
So what is the difference? So what is the difference?
What difference in
difference as far as you actually bring your own flavor to the mix,
right? And
also learning from others and not reinventing the wheel.
Right. So I mean, imagine that you don't know anyone who, I'm giving medical school as example, for example, or say you're in the accounting field, right?
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean, imagine that you don't know anyone who's in accounting. Like even basic stuff, like what are typical jobs, basic stuff like where do I study for CPA, some basic stuff. You're gonna be like Googling, you're gonna be looking around. It's such a waste of your effort.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, some people, they just, I don't like to work with anybody. I don't know anybody. This whole culture is created because of Google, where you could Google anything that you want. Mm-hmm. People have this idea that they're self-sufficient. Because I could Google anything.
Yeah.
Right? Now, it depends. If you have an online mentor, that's a different business now. Mm-hmm. Or there are actually specific sites where it's a
I
group
mean, like,
of people.
I think, like, it's what you make out of it as well, right?
That's true.
Because, if you're just Googling, there's a smart way of Googling and dumb ways of Googling.
That's right.
Okay,
And if you're watching this show, please do share, give us a like, and share.
So more people can join in. We'll appreciate that.
Absolutely. So because of the Google culture, if you will, people just think I don't need anybody's help. I can figure it out on my own. I can do it on my own. And you're just being really.
And a lot of the times, I think, like, what you find in Google,
right,
okay, about, like, what a particular job might do, versus you actually talk to somebody who does the job.
You know why?
Just
because
like,
that person already Googled it, and he went through 5 different Google sites, and he looked at a bunch of different advice. One of them didn't work. Because in Google, on internet, anybody can put anything. Social media, anyone can put anything.
Right.
Some of them work, some of them doesn't work. So
you gotta find an actual person.
Yeah, and who has done it, who has been through the journey you've been through. You'd be surprised. You're not so unique, and that's what people. This whole culture, especially with the millennials and the new generation that's coming up, is like this idea that I'm so unique.
Or there's a pressure to be unique. There's a pressure that you have to be like your own self.
Right. So there is even if you look at how the military used to recruit in the 50s versus how military recruit now, right? In the 50s, it was about like it's on the advertisement, be army strong, for example, right? So it's right now it's like it's pushing you.
It's collective. Like,
it was collective.
Back then it was collective.
But it was very collective approach. You're part of the patriotism, you're part of defending the homeland, right? All that stuff. Now it's like be army strong, or it's like pushing this whole you, because it's about consumer choices, right? So and as I bring this up, I guess that's a very side issue, but it has to do with the culture.
Yeah.
And that culture emanates into you in your careers. Because folks, that culture.
Because then people are like thinking that, okay, I'm just going to be by myself.
Yeah,
I don't need anyone else's help. I need to look to somebody who has done it.
Right.
And take any advice or take any any direction from them.
Right. So people. What we're telling you is, yes, you're self-sufficient. You could go through the same make the same mistakes. Up to you. Now, just because you get a mentor doesn't mean you're not going to make the mistakes.
Yeah.
Just because you get a mentor doesn't mean you're not going to have the opportunity to experiment. Who says that?
Yeah.
Get few mentors. People have different opinions about the direction you're moving to, but you got people who
are way more informed.
It's way better.
Right.
And you got to let go of that ego sometimes. Like I don't need to open up to someone. I don't need to share my struggles that I'm going through the path. I'm a new lawyer, just graduated. You need a mentor.
Yeah.
You're active in a non-profit organization, you need a mentor. Whatever the case might be, you need a mentor. As someone who is already in the field, simple as this. Anything. For example, you want to work on your body, right? So find, people, who's someone, that they're physically, their eating habit, their exercise habit, maybe their fitness and their, maybe, even their, how they're working out. Who is closest to where I want to go?
Yeah.
Where I want to be. Find them, then talk with them. And get them to advise you. You could read out hundreds of articles online, you could watch hundreds of YouTube videos. That's good. But this person probably already looked at that stuff.
Yeah.
So you're just cutting hours of time that you're going to waste. That's what it is. So in any area,
what if like the person that you find is not the right person for you?
Sure,
they're not the right mentor for you.
We'll get to how do you pick mentors in a second.
Okay.
But right now I'm trying to sell this idea that you need a mentor. That is, stop being self-sufficient. Is stop thinking I'm going to get it all done. Is stop thinking that I don't need anybody. I'm trying to just change the way you have a whole dynamic.
Yeah.
If you right now, if you're watching this and you don't have a mentor, you need it.
Yeah.
I don't care what field you're in. I don't care what areas it is, and I don't care just not one mentor that you look up to, one role model that you know. I just look up to this person. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you need, for each area of your life, you need a mentor.
Yeah.
So think about your career and say, where do I want to be in the next 10 years as far as careers, and who's the closest to that direction? Now, okay, I'm very unique. I'm doing a brand new thing, in a sense that this is a brand new entrepreneur project. No one's going to do this, this software that way I'm doing it. I got it. Great. but find someone who's closest.
Especially like, when it comes to entrepreneurship, like a lot of people think that it's a unique thing that I have.
Right.
It's nobody else has it.
Right.
But look, business principles, like, when it comes to accounting, when it comes to demand and
Market,
supply and all of this
yeah.
stuff, marketing, it stays the same.
Right.
Regardless of where
you might bring something unique to a table, but have those people who already thread that path, and then take it from there.
Yeah.
Right. Go up to where your mentor already been to, and then go from there.
Mm-hmm.
So this is very practical. You want to succeed in life, whether it be in your career, whether it be in a relationship. It's funny. I sometimes have couples, right? And I talk with them, especially young couples, and they tell me. I said, "Who are your friend circle?" They're struggling in their marriage or something. I said, "Who's your friend circle?" And they tell me a lot of friend circles are like maybe a very other young couples or other person that's like divorced. And I'm not saying anything against people who go through divorce or anything like that. That's not the point here, But the point is, I said you need more successful couples.
Yeah.
In your friend circle, who you go to dinners with, who do you hang out with, who you go to vacation with, you just need more successful, because the people you can look up to. You need it.
Right. For sure.
That's very important. Being able to find each area of your life and finding a mentor for it.
Right.
Your phone is going crazy.
Yeah.
It's not stopping.
Sorry about that.
I don't think you can hear it though. But his phone was just going nuts just now. So each area of your life, think about where you're gonna go and find someone who is already there.
Yeah.
You will save light years. I
think that's really like the main benefit.
Yeah.
That it's a shortcut.
Yes.
It's really a shortcut.
You're gonna still have to thread your path. You're gonna still have to make some mistakes. You're not just to explore, grow, differentiate. No problem. But you're just gonna not do the stuff that it's like this. That's what they say. Don't reinvent the wheel. We hear this, right? Let me try to explain this. What this means. Imagine that you want to build a brand new electric car, brand new GPS based car, or Tesla is innovating on cars. Great. Imagine Tesla goes, okay, first we figure out how do you make a wheel.
Right.
Humanity have figured out how do you make a wheel.
Yeah.
Like how to make a circular thing that rotates. Imagine you go back to that, then you're wasting time. So that's what that means. Don't reinvent the wheel. But get a mentor.
Okay, makes sense. I mean, I think like people that are watching, they're convinced that you need to find a mentor. But I think most people in their head, the question is how do you actually go about finding one?
Right.
Because people actually think it's very, very difficult.
Right. Like what exactly is a mentor? So now you know that mentor is someone that whatever field you're in, whatever area that you're trying to improve on, whatever area of your life you're trying to succeed on, from relationship to career to business to even spirituality, whatever area, find someone who already been through your path, and you see them like, they're at that place where I want to be in this area of my life. Okay, that's clear. All right. Now, how do you find a mentor? So there are a few things you want to look for in a mentor. There might be people who are already where you want to be in the next 5 years in that area, but they're not a good mentor. Why? You need someone who has some human character. Has good human relationship interaction. Some people are really good at what they do, but they're not good at working with people.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to find comfort, in being
that's really rapport.
Rapport.
Like you guys have to vibe together.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it comes down to. Yeah. So there are plenty of people.
Quick shout out, Jalal Sufi, your friend from Australia just joined in.
Oh yeah.
What's going on, bro?
We've been trying to touch base for back and forth for a few weeks now, but it's about finding someone who is not only succeeding in the area that you want to succeed in, but also someone who has that coach personality,
right?
That has a care for mentoring other people.
Yeah.
So
real quick, I just want to take a question. So Asma asked, what if the person I want to make my mentor is very busy and established professional who will not make time for me?
So you're right. There will be people who are just busy.
Yeah.
Right. And we'll get to how do you find a mentor in a second. But
or maybe we can even talk about
how do you convince them?
How do you convince them?
Yeah, that's a whole other game, right? Yeah. So we'll get to that in a second.
We'll get to that.
But it might be that you might need to find someone else.
Yeah.
It's very possible. It's not just one person. I'm telling you there are a lot of ways to find other people. Okay, so let me start with let's get to how do you find a mentor. Okay, so now mentor someone who is succeeding in what they're doing. That's the first criteria. We talked about this for the last 15 minutes. What's also important, or what I just mentioned, is that they have this human character, they have the ability to mentor, coach, you vibe together. Okay, and thirdly, my personal suggestion, based on our Life Buildup Show as well, is that look for someone who's also balanced.
Yeah.
Meaning that not only they're succeeding in that particular area of, in music industry, in accounting industry, succeeding in, in whatever, but they're also, you kind of gauge that, they have pretty good family life, they're pretty good, they're pretty healthy. So you want to make sure they're quite balanced, if possible. Sometimes you might not know. Because based on the public.
But don't you think the narrative out there is that you want to find somebody who's an expert in the field.
Sure.
And somebody who's an expert usually is like almost obsessed with the field.
That's true. That is true. But you also find people who are obsessed but has decent amount of balance. I'm not saying someone who's like all like bland. I'm saying someone who is the expert. Look for that expert. But it's not only one person out there.
Right.
That's not a point. It's not only one person out there. You don't have to get the number one person.
Yeah.
You don't need number one person. And number one person is number one today, this year. But someone else can take him over next year.
Yeah.
So as long as they're within the A-class team, that's what it comes down to. As long as they're within the A-class team. Okay. So how do you find it? Let me start off with what I usually tell college students, for example. Right. So for example, I tell college students, they tell me classic, right? High school student, they go, oh, I want to go to college first. Take first year, I'm going to be to be determined, TBD. And then they tell you about my TBD situation in college?
No, you didn't. I'd love to hear it.
So I remember in college, I didn't know what TBD was, right? This is to be determined, right? TBD. So I was looking through the syllabus, right? I think it was on internet, or actually there was a book printed, and I'm looking through all the classes, and it says instructor, Dr. Smith, instructor, blah, 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 professor this. And it says instructor, TBD. I'm like, all right, TBD, okay, that's somebody else. And then TBD. I'm like, man, how many classes is TBD teaching?
Oh, so the instructor's name?
Yeah. So high school student, so they'll say classic. I'm gonna go to college. I'm gonna just take general ed requirements, and I'm gonna explore. What the hell are you gonna learn in 1 year of taking Psych 101, English 101, Biology 101? No new revelation is gonna come in your mind as far as what career you should be choosing.
Right.
Kids have this, young people have this weird mentality that they're gonna go to first year in college and they're gonna find all of a sudden, So
you're saying that's the wrong approach to take?
Absolutely wrong approach. Because in the 1 year of being in college, you're not gonna be knowing any new revelation about what career you should be choosing. Comes back to mentor. I tell people instead, okay, you take these career quizzes that I recommend. Well, maybe one day we'll do a whole thing on it.
Sure.
You take these career quizzes, you find 5, 6, 7, 8 suggestions of what career path out there. Then look for people in that field. What I tell young people? I said, if you're in college, for example, and you are interested in accounting, I say you go to Monster.com, Indeed, whatever else job sites, and you look for jobs as if you are an accountant. Okay, you look for a job as if you are an accountant. And then you find companies. Then you go into that list, their company list, and you find the vice president. No, the vice president, the director, whatever. And sometimes their email addresses. You email them.
Right.
Say, I am a third-year student in college, and I'm interested in accounting field. Because most college students, you know what they're doing? They're looking for internships.
Yeah. How
many companies offer internships? On paper, how many actually offer on paper?
I don't know, bro.
Not. You might say a lot, but it's not true. It's not a lot.
Okay.
And matter of fact, the companies do offer internship programs. Some of them can be good, some of them not so good, because there's a whole hustle about who's gonna become.
So what's the point of like?
My point of going through all this loop is to tell you that I'm going online as a college student, for example, and then I'm searching for these people, and I'm emailing. There are a lot of people who are professionals. Most of them don't have mentees.
Yeah. And they would love to.
They will love to take it. It's just that no one has ever reached out to them.
Yeah.
As simple as that. Except maybe their cousin's daughter maybe asked one question about their field. That was the extent of their, somebody wanting to know about their field.
Right.
Most of these people are too busy, but they might be as busy as they are. If you just reach out to them, you'll be surprised.
Yeah.
Send out 100 emails. Don't come back to me. Send one email to one guy.
I think that's what I was just gonna
say.
Right. People give up after sending 1-2 emails.
Right.
And also they don't do any follow-ups.
No.
You know? So you actually have to put in the effort and
most people when they're emailing, so they're okay. Here's how it works. So if I gave college example, but there are a lot of people watching this right now who are already in their careers, right? And they want to mentor in their particular field. What's happening? You're usually emailing these people when you want a job, and that's your problem.
Yeah.
Right. So you're already
and also I think the email is always about what can I get from you.
Yeah.
There's no giving.
Absolutely not. So if you're a college student, you email, you just go into companies, go into agencies, and find these people, find their email, or even email the HR. Say that I'm trying to reach you, or the general email address, general phone number. I'm trying to reach you, or
Again, go into any company. So I think what you mentioned is a genius strategy.
Right.
Go into Monster.com, Indeed.com, and all these, and find these companies that are offering these jobs. And there's job posting all the freaking time.
Right.
So find these companies, go to their website, and go to the contact us button, and literally just contact them.
And email them saying, listen, I'm not looking for the job.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to get in touch with this. And you say, you know what, I'm a new student, I just want to interview. I'm not looking for an internship, I'm not trying to volunteer, I'm not trying to get a job. I just want to interview how your day is like.
Yeah. I
want to learn more about day to day what you do in your field. That's how don't ask for internship, don't ask for a job, none of that. You're just
asking I just want to know
advice.
about you. I just want to know about you.
Exactly. And who doesn't want to be interviewed? Most of these people are not
Most
public.
people don't like to be interviewed.
No. Listen. Most of these people are not public figures.
Right.
They're top level in the corporate, right? They're VP or they're a senior manager, whatever. But they're not public figure.
Yeah,
they're they making their $250,000 and they go home with their families. Nobody's asking them for interviews, right?
So the fame is not there.
No, so you go there. It's called information interview. That's right. It's called information interview.
Maybe you can I don't know, write up a
email draft
for the audience.
Maybe. If we get enough I'll do it.
So guys, if you want the email draft, drop a like at the video.
No, so listen. So I could write up in a draft. I mean, I'm sure you could Google this. You could Google this information interview. It's called information interview. So you're not asking for a job. You're not asking for anything. You're not asking, as you said. You're not asking. You are saying, look, I'm a student in the field, or say, look, I'm going to say, say you are a entry level accountant, right? You say, look, you email somebody in a big corporate, right? You say, look, I'm starting the accounting field, and they might think you're asking for a job. Please, they will say, oh, call the HR, send your resume there. No, I'm not looking for a job, and I know you are a senior VP at one of these top accounting firms. I'm not looking for a job. I just want to. Just want to talk with you, how's the experience been? You've been in the field, you're a veteran in the field for the last 15 years.
Yeah.
I want to know, how is it like?
Yeah, and I think, people will be a lot more open to actually, talk to you. Because you're not concerned about, just taking from them.
Right, no.
You're coming from a good place and you're concerned about giving to them.
It's like the people who only get on LinkedIn when it's time to get a job.
Yeah.
They disappear for 6 months on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
No contribution there, no connection there, no discussion there. All of a sudden they show up when they need a job.
Right.
What do you think? Right? Do you really think you haven't built that relationship?
Yeah.
It's a gimmicky.
Okay, so I think you talked about the college. By the way, guys, if you guys want that template, 30 likes on the video. Okay, we'll give you the template.
Listen, that's cheap salesy. So honestly, guys, if you benefit from any of this, we want to contribute, right?
Of course.
If you benefit any of this, do share the video. Give us a like. So
hey, my man Zakir watching all the way from Malaysia.
Yes, he's in Malaysia right now.
What's going on, bro?
Biggest thing is, do reach out to people. And you'll be surprised. Most people don't get emails like that. Most people don't. No one reaches out to them like that.
Yeah.
That's just end of story. Don't ask them for anything. Don't ask for internship. Don't ask for anything. You're not trying to send your resume to them. I just want to learn about how you got to where you got to.
Yeah,
that's all I'm interested in. Even if you are, you're say you're mid tier in your career, right? You could even your own company, sometimes you'd be surprised. Talk to your CEO or talk to your top level executive. Don't go there, and they know, like, you know, you're like a medium level employee, and at a social, in a company social gathering, most people coming to them and just, you know, trying to be a little salesy. Go there and just ask about their experience.
Yeah.
You know, you're a veteran in this field. Like, how has it been? How was the ride? You know, that's a very different approach than you going to...
That creates a conversation.
Yeah, it does.
It's a friendly conversation.
Most people are just talking about the company, or they're just trying to, they know, gimmicky, salesy, trying to see how can I make network with the upper management so you can get a promotion. If you go in there with that dumb mindset, you're not going to get any promotion.
You're in a mindset of like just taking from people.
Yes,
at that time.
yes.
Yeah, for sure.
What I'm telling you is that go in the mindset of learning. Say, I'm here to learn from the way you have done it. That's your mindset, and if you go in that mindset, you're gonna get the promotion, whatever else, anyways.
Right.
So it helps in your career. So find people who are doing amazing, and you'd be surprised. You reach out to them, and you tell them, look, I just want to have one quick interview on how do you got to where you got to. Doors might open up. That particular person might not end up connecting well. You might not like their interview. You might be like, they say, like, that's it. I did a 30-minute interview with you. I'm done. Don't call me anymore.
Right.
Okay. He said, thank you very much. I appreciate your time. Move on. Go to the next person. People give up after trying 1-2 people.
People have a hard time taking rejection. That's why.
That's what it is. Yeah.
But you got to put yourself out there, and you got to expect it. You
got to get this expect rejection.
Yeah.
They will drop the call on you. Especially if you're trying to get A-level players, they'll make you wait 2-3 weeks. It's not that they don't like you or that they're just playing games. They're so busy, and you're low in their priority.
And they don't have to like you.
Yeah.
That's another thing as well. Like, you know, they have an obligation to like you.
Right.
So, but don't let that, like, you know, like hurt you or get you
and it's not personal.
Yeah.
They're busy. You know, they're doing their own stuff, and you're not that high level in their priorities. And why would you be? Like, to expect that you're going to be high level in their priority is really dumb, because you're not going to be high level in their priority. They got so much going on. You know. But you'll find that that they might be more than willing.
What about, like, you know? So you mentioned, like, you know, I think, you know, high school students, college students doing this.
And
can this work also for, like, you know, somebody who's already getting out of college and he's working at a firm, or he's working at a company or organization?
Absolutely.
Also, people that are, like, entrepreneurs. Okay.
Sure.
They're getting into business. Can they, you know, how? Because, like, you know, I think, like, you know, for me especially, like, you know, when I got started with, like, you know, business and so forth, I didn't really have a mentor. Right. It was just like, you know, me learning from YouTube and Google and courses and so forth.
Right.
I didn't have a person to talk to.
Right.
You know, and even now, like, you know, even though I have some people to talk to that I can speak with, like, that have business experience. Even now, I get, like, most of my experiences from actually, like, you know, taking courses and, like, you know, listening to people online. You know, so, you know, I think for you know, entrepreneurs, okay, creating those connections, I think, is also extremely important. You know, and is the approach the same way, or is it any different?
Sure, no, absolutely. I think you did hit something there that I think I wanted to definitely point out, which is that sometimes listening to people, their podcasts, their books, in a way, they're your mentor. Right. Now, I'm in this show, I'm arguing for a much more robust mentorship, which is like actual one-on-one with the person. But if you cannot get that, at least you better be reading their books and their podcasts.
Yeah.
People who are succeeding in the field, listen to
guys, every single one of you guys have podcast app on your phone.
Right.
Every single one of you guys download Audible.
Right.
You know, listen to books by people, listen to podcasts from people.
People who have succeeded in what you're trying to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Listen to their journey. Listen to their story. You get lot out of it.
Yeah.
You know, every single field you're in, whatever you're trying to achieve in life, trust me, somebody already had done it.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Now, not in the way that you're doing it. You're being innovative. Ooh. Okay, no problem. But somebody has done it, at least similar, or have similar path. Find them, and have the courage to reach out to them, and you'd be surprised that out of the 100, at least 5 will get back to you.
Right.
That's the point. And how do you find them? Find the companies that they're working in. Find their social media. Then start with your tier. So it's possible that some people you're trying to reach for, they're way too above your league, right? You're just an entrepreneur who's just starting, has a scratchy idea. Don't go email Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah. I mean that's not gonna work.
You're also realistic.
So you have to go a little bit above your tier, and that's a big point here. Your mentorship can change. What I mean, so I say I'm brand new in my field as a lawyer. Maybe my first mentor is someone who's just a partner of a law firm. But then as I become partner myself, then my maybe I'm gonna be, my mentor is gonna be a judge of a court or whatever. I mean, whatever the field that you're going into, right? Or like a founder or like
so slowly move up.
Exactly. Yeah. So your mentorship got to move up too. You are.
I think like like one of the things that really like pointed out to me in this episode is you gotta like worry about like what people care about. Not always worry about like taking, but like worry about giving. What is it like they're looking for, in what are their needs, and filling those needs.
Absolutely. So once you start the relationship, you do an information interview. You start off and you communicate and you say, hey, is it possible that I can follow up with you in 2 months time with 3 more questions?
Yeah.
So keep that door open. Don't be like, all right, thank you for the interview. Okay. No, be like, is it possible I can follow up with you in...
So keep the relationship alive.
Yeah. And then once you talked a few times like that, then you can say, you know what, is there any way I can be of help to you? Even remotely, is there anything I can contribute in things that you're doing? And then maybe that might open up a lane for not internship necessarily, but for something you can collaborate with that person with.
Yeah.
So you're solely, again, you're not giving them your resume. You're not trying to get jobs from them. Even if they ask you, so are you looking for internship or something? You tell them, no, I'm not looking for internship.
But what if like that person actually has an internship position available, but and he wants to give it to you?
That's true, but again, I would really try to focus on that. No, I'm here to build a long-term relationship with you, where I want to learn from how do you have built in this field, and how do you have gone from what you are. You are even a you're a teacher. You want to become a principal. So make a friendship with principal, not in the sense that I want to get a promotion or get a no. It's about I want to know how you got there. Right. What did you do? How was the experience? How was the journey?
Okay, sounds good.
So be willing to take that risk. Reach out. Look at company directories. Look at what they post jobs. Look at social media. Look at now with LinkedIn is beautiful. You can send messages on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Every single big corporate companies and all their employees and all their management, they all have LinkedIn.
Yeah. And also like, just to share something from, for me, is I actually reached out to somebody from, I'm kind of spoiling a little bit.
Yeah.
It's on the process. But like, if you guys know the show Shark Tank, okay, there's somebody from the show Shark Tank, like I reached out to them over LinkedIn, and I was able to get in touch with them. And I'm working on actually having them on the show as as a guest. So
hopefully, finger crossed. We'll have a lot more. And we've been talking about this for a few episodes now. But we really we're gonna start having guests on this show. People who we feel, talking about role models, talking about mentors. People we feel we're talking about this life build up, talking about success, balance. Talking about fulfillment. We want to find people who are already doing that.
Yeah.
Some of them popular.
And present those guys.
Some of them popular. Some of them maybe not as popular. And we want to get gems out of them.
Yeah.
Instead of myself and Jawad always sharing things here.
Yeah, man, you guys are getting tired of seeing our faces. So.
We want to be able to have other people so you can see for yourself. But come back to that, LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I used to say people go to company directories and all that stuff. Now I'm telling you, go to LinkedIn, every single person is there. Even the people that post up the jobs, you can actually message them. That's crazy. Like, that was not possible back in the days.
Maybe one day, like, we can actually go through like a physical, like, literally like, live demonstration on how to do that.
How to do this? Yeah, I mean, so
100%.
whatever company, and do not look for a job. Don't try to give any resume. You're gonna go there and be like, hey, I'm reaching out to you. I'm new in the field, or I've been in this field for 5 years, and I see that you're doing amazing in this. You're playing this game in this field, and I wanted to set up a time where I just want to talk about how's the experience like, and and I just want to get some advice from you.
Right.
Simple as that. And whatever field might be, and again, even for your body, right? You're trying to exercise all that. Find people like that, and maybe for that, whether it be a health coach or whatever, or find somebody who's already achieving that, right? Spirituality, same thing. Someone who you feel like spends time with that, and maybe even is have studied in that field, whatever. You want to find those people, And again, you want to keep the relationship open, where you say, okay, it was great talking with you. Can we continue this conversation? and then a few months later you want to say, you know, is there any way I can be part of what you're doing?
Yeah, I mean, I think like, you know, that summarizes it. You know, guys, if you have any questions, like, you know, feel free to put in the comments.
I think we answered everything.
If you guys have any questions, like, you know, put in the comments. You know, we'd love to answer them. But quick shout out to, you know, Haris and also Rafi for sticking with us throughout this entire broadcast, and also those of you guys who might be watching this video later on, and you know, or listening to us on podcast. You know, just wanted to thank you guys for giving us your ear or your eyes, you know, and watching us. Really appreciate that.
Sure, yeah, and someone said you guys are my mentors. We appreciate that we can be of some helpful to you. You know, we're not necessarily you know, we're not saying look at us, the greatest, amazing. We're not saying that, but win this journey with you. We're also, you know,
we're glad that you can benefit.
Absolutely, and we can be a benefit to you. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, guys, we're gonna end it off right here. Thank you so much for joining us on our weekly Facebook Live show, Life Buildup. Please join us again next week, Monday nights at 10 p.m. I'll see you guys then.
Good night.
Good night.